We are building a 2020 Wrx Sti into a more fun daily driver. And by building, we're talking full bolt-ons. I kind of have a checklist of all the stuff from Cobb flex fuel sensor, flex fuel harness, fuel lines, pressure sensor, fuel regulator, TGVs, the IAG ones, fuel injectors, front mount intercooler, downpipe, uppipe, oil killer bee, headers, killer bee, oil pan kit, tile wastegate, AEM fuel pump, from Speed Turbo JB400, and the heat shield. This is the mess. That's right, Disney hat. Keep the mess magical. And there is a beautiful manifold. You're gonna have to move, sir. Sir! Bruce! Hi. Look, when in doubt, spread yourself out. What? We're gonna start off working on the top, taking off as many bolts as we can. So, heat shield, and then take these hoses off. After that, disconnect the oil plug down here, and I believe there's this hose all the way at the bottom. You gotta remove the clamp, and then we'll go under the car and get the last two bolts from the downpipe. Yeah, and then we get like 3 of them from up here. So let's get to work. All right, unfortunately yesterday we couldn't finish the turbo, so we're starting back up today. I had an issue with the downpipe to turbo bolts. They were pretty seized on there, so I went ahead and sprayed some penetrating oil. I was able to get 2 of them out. Got it. I was able to get the 3rd nut out on the right side towards the driver's side. I took out one on the left, like lower side, and I think I was supposed to get that one from the bottom, but I was able to get it through the top. Now I'm going under to disconnect sensor, and I'm gonna take all these tools because I don't know what it looks like down there. Bottom bolt, the last one, I already broke it with my breaker bar. Some hard ass fucking plastic. Alright. It's not the right size socket. I'm not gonna need these anymore because this is one of the gaskets, but I have all new gaskets, and then I had this conversion from 3 to 2, but not gonna need it anymore. I think the load. Here's that bracket bolt. When you take off a downpipe, you have the 5 bolts up top, right? And then you have the 2 bolts in the back, somewhere back there. And then you have this bracket bolt. But apparently I have that little bolt right there. It's like the bracket that connects to the other bracket on the bracketing bracket. So it's weird to know later that the switch is gonna change. It's gonna be all screw in. There we go. Just in case it falls. I'm blind. But there's another bolt right there. Another bracket holding the up pipe. I could have sworn it was just 1 bracket, 5 bolts on the top, 2 bolts in the back. But there's the other bolt. My hair stuck up for no reason. That should be everything. Okay. Oh shit. Alright. Can I do it by hand? Oh. Maybe I can. Alright, cool. So Moral of the story, 2 bolts on the front side, 1 bolt in the back side. Alright, that came off. Oh. Bunch of coolant came out. Fuck, nobody warned me about that. Huzzah. Here is the JB400. And here's the stock turbo. This oil line, I'm gonna replace it because it's all, I mean, it's crusty at the ends. I don't know, I'd rather just replace it. Better safe than sorry. I can't throw the turbo in there today because I'm gonna work on getting the uppipe out of there. And if I do the uppipe, I gotta take off headers. And if I gotta take off headers, I'm gonna also do the Killer Bee oil pan. Hey guys, welcome to the end of the video. I was editing it and then I thought about 3 things that kind of stood out to me. When you remove when you're trying to remove the turbo from the uppipe, there's 3 bolts. And when you're in there, you see about 5 to 4, and you don't really know which one it is because there's heat shields, brackets, and a bunch of stuff going on. So here's the turbo sitting stock location straight, right? When you look at it, you look at it from the front. So you'll see the nut that goes here and the nut that goes here. But what you won't see is the back one that goes here. Because you're like this looking over it, and there's I think there's a bracket in the way, so you kind of have to really poke your head in there, use your phone if you need to, and then that way you can see the 3rd bolt. So just remember, that's the design. So 2 bolts that you see, and then the back one, because you see some more bolts in the front, you think it's those, but it's not. Let me start off by saying that now all universal external wastegate brackets are created equal. I originally ordered the Grimspeed external wastegate bracket, but they're all stock. I don't think they're making them anymore, so they're kind of hard to find. But PLM, private label manufacturing, makes the exact same bracket, which is this bracket. And you're probably wondering, oh, what's the difference, right, between any of them? Well, when I ordered the Grimspeed, they were out of stock, so they offered the Torque Solutions external wastegate bracket, and this one basically sets up like this. But the part that goes on the back, see, even if you take off the bolt, it is way too thick. On the turbo, or the back part, this little post is welded on there. So you have this retainer pin. You have this retainer pin here, and you basically just slide it out, and then this goes up, and this post is welded on there, so you can't get a screw through there either way. And even if you try the other one, it's way too thick for this post. So this is the actual bracket that should go on there. Mind you, they're both universal external wastegate brackets, but obviously they are not the same. Same, but different. So when it comes to your turn to, if you're going to go external wastegate and you need a bracket, just make sure that you get the right design. If there's a post, you want this one. If it's not welded on there with a post, you want this one. Cool. I didn't know. Look, I'm not a mechanic. I'm new at this, learning as I go. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is, like I said, I was going to go external wastegate. When I ordered the Killer Bee headers, it came with an uppipe. That uppipe, this is the part that goes to the turbo. No issue there. However, on the Killer Bee headers, if you order it with an uppipe, there's one that comes with a T-bolt design flange, right? You're thinking, so if you're going internal wastegate, cool, there's no issue, right? You just bolt it up, you're good to go. Obviously, this doesn't have the bung to go external wastegate, so I ordered a PLM external wastegate. But the issue with that is that the way the Killer Bee to uppipe one is designed, there's two versions. This is a T-bolt. You need the one that has the 2-bolt design going to the headers, because even if you order a PLM with the 2-bolt design, the header itself only takes this T-bolt flange style. So when you order your headers, if you do plan on going external wastegate and you didn't get the uppipe with the Killer Bee headers, make sure you get the 2-bolt design. Because I bought the uppipe for the external wastegate after the fact, and then I realized it's two different type of connections. This is T-bolt design, and then PLM is 2-bolt design. Unfortunately, the header was designed to go with this Killer Bee header to the Killer Bee uppipe. Killer Bee does sell regular header with the 2-bolt design, so you can put any regular uppipe on it. So now I have an issue where if I want to go external wastegate, I have to get a different set of headers, because there's no other way to do it. I could still be Killer Bee, but it has to have the 2-bolt design. Tile wastegate, I'll save it. Maybe we'll do another build in the future. We're learning as we go. That's it for this video. On the next video, we should be doing, I believe, we have the oil pan and the headers that we installed. By the way, I'm in the future, because I already did it. So, yeah. Oil pan and Killer Bee headers. And that's when I found out. Alright, peace. Tell your mama I love her.